Well, a round of applause. Tarson hold hands, loving the Protoss audience. These guys, they love Starcraft, and that's really cool. And I still don't think this camera position really justifies it, but how many fans are in this room?
There's a ton of people.
Guys, it's really big. I'm not when you're standing downstairs and you look up all the way until where the fans are. It's insane. It's really big over here. Players are ready, so I'm gonna start the game. Go, everyone is ready. Production crew is ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
1-1. Tarson against Socke. Third map, Shakur's Plateau. Macro or cheese?
Definitely going to be macro coming out of from Socke, I feel. This is his map. This is Shakur's Plateau. What Tarson does, I don't know. He's been showing us that he likes to play that one macro style, time in and time out, game and constantly. Guys, we're going to take 2 seconds to to show you guys the little player slats, and we'll be back with the games in just a minute.
That's okay.
Okay, so we're back.
That so wasn't our fault.
That was epic. So down at the bottom left-hand corner, we do have Socke and Carmack showing some love there. And up in the top right-hand corner, we do have Tarson spawning as the red Terran player. So really eager to see how this game plays out. I do feel like this is Socke's map. He loves Shakur's Plateau. Yeah. He always plays so well here. So
yeah, I've seen a couple of epic games from Socke on this map as well. In the old days, when you still had that's just a little bit of Socke memory that I have. When you still had those flux veins upgrade, for the void rate.
Gosh.
Socke's games against Terrans were so awesome. He would go for a lot of expands, a couple of storms, and suddenly there's like a lot of really fast void rays. And just when you think that's like pretty much it, you see carriers flying around and stuff. That's Socke.
Flux veins was so OP. I'm sorry, man. It was just completely broken.
No, I agree with you.
It was as bad as Speed Reapers.
I agree that it was really strong. But I must say, like completely removing it, I'm not sure about that. I mean, why wouldn't you just like tune it and like reduce it half its the bonus speed? I think completely removing it kind of made void rays useless in a lot of these situations, which I think is a little bit sad. I mean, I do agree that it needed some tweaking, because yeah, those void rays were pretty fast, man.
They were sick, man. It was like, oh man, it was like super phoenixes, basically.
No, I agree. That was they were a bit too fast, but I still think they could have perhaps changed it a little bit. But anyway, that's the past we're living nowadays. And actually, this time we do see a gas opening by Tarson.
Tarson mixing it up a little bit, which is cool.
Yeah, definitely. What I would say right now, my prediction is that he's gonna open Banshee into expand. Whether it's Cloak Banshee or not, that's really hard to call. I'm not gonna make any prediction because it would just be pure gambling. And
really,
even though I love to gamble, but it's gonna be most likely, I think, a Banshee opening, and then he's gonna follow it up with an expand. I might just be completely wrong though. So.
Yeah, I'm curious about that gas time. He threw it down after the rack, so it's going to take him a little while to get the amount of gas he needs to get a factory and eventually a starport. He's getting a tech lab now on his racks.
Perhaps
I'm kind of thinking he might make a couple marauders and push with a marine and maybe a marauder or two, and then just expand behind that.
Yeah, the opening we spoke a couple of times. Of course, a lot of things are possible, and it's really hard to read these pro players. Yeah, there we do see the Marauder and concussive shells being researched straight away. So he might be going for that 1 Marine, 2 Marauder into expand play, which was very popular for a long time, but lately kind of has been replaced by these no gas fast expand builds. So.
Yeah, I think this Marauder pressure kind of opening is much better when the racks is proxied. You don't really lose anything by proxying the racks, except when you lift it to fly it back, you lose the ability to produce off of it. But by that point, you've got your expansion up. You're pumping off another, 2 or 3 racks anyway, and it doesn't really matter that much. But still, this is still a good opening. It's very solid. It was standard for a long time, and the reason builds become standard is because they're safe and solid against a lot of stuff.
Yep. Chronobus was a little bit too early right there by Socke. Minor mistake. I mean, it's been a long day for him as well. He's been playing a lot of best of 3, so I'm going to hold him on for that one.
Ooh, concussive shells is actually done, and if this Stalker gets tagged with that Marauder, it will die. I don't know if Socke's watching. He is actually watching it very closely. Nice control there, being very mindful of his units. There's also a Reaper on the way.
I think this is something that we've seen a couple of times as well. I do like it. I mean, he's going to poke up at the front, put some pressure on this Nexus, and then meanwhile he's going to try to sneak in the Reaper off the back, and that actually can really caught off Protoss a little bit off course. But wow, this is a very defensive Socke. 3 gates. 1 base.
Oh wow, yeah. Actually, Socke's he's not taking any risks here. He wants to push this game into his comfort zone, which is the late game. And I really like this opening from Tarson. I don't know. I feel like it's great against players who aren't as good as Socke, but I think surely Socke's going to be ready for it.
Force field. Brilliant force field. Really, that's as good as was going to get. He's going to have to micro a little bit though, but then he won't lose a single unit. That was just perfect. If he would force field 2 Marauders, then he would actually lose 1 unit. That's inevitable. He would either lose the Sentry or the Stalker. This was as good as it was going to get. Really, really good by Socke. Here comes the Reaper, though.
Really kind of going a little bit too soon, in my opinion. That Reaper is going to, it's going to be easily dealt with. All these probes going to come off the line, and the Sentry and the getting a couple probes as well. Socke making a pretty big mistake there. A bit of a control blunder. Does get 2 probes before the Stalker deals with it, and yeah, I mean it's not game ending by any stretch of the imagination, but 2 probe kills, especially 2 probe kills this early in the game, and that will it's going to be haunting him in the back of his mind.
Any stress of the situation?
Yeah, and look at this command center finishing well before the nexus of Socke. So
ooh, Twilight Council. Oops, where is the Twilight?
It's kind of hidden there in that back corner of the base. I wonder if he's going DTs.
It would be something. I do think that Tarson would not necessarily expect that. Perhaps a little bit. Well, we have so many sentries, though. What is this? Why would you go DTs after you open up 6 or 7 sentries? That makes no sense. So I would say very fast charge bolts, and perhaps he's just going to try to storm this expand. Look at the amount of bunkers. Once again, Tarson perhaps thinking he's going to get 5 gated, so he puts up 3 bunkers. He's going to be very safe, but he doesn't have to worry about that.
Yeah, so Socke is going to poke up this ramp. He's going to see, wow, that's a lot of defenses. I would be very surprised if he continued to commit to this. I think that'd be a big mistake. Yeah. Looks like he's kind of gearing up. No, he's just going to sit there. Yeah, he is going to turn around and go home. I think that is the right move. Sure. Don't attack into that. That would be suicide. SCVs right now are 27 SCVs to Tarson to the 32 probes of Socke, and I think that's I think that's pretty even.
Dark Shrine is eventually going up. Very surprising tactic here by Socke. These DTs are going to be relatively late, though. I mean, for an expand, you might still say it's relatively early. I think it's very risky. He's researching hallucination as well. He's putting so much gas into a not real army, not a fighting army. So he's really going to have to avoid the fight, the battle for a long time. Because I mean, by the time that if Tarson actually is just going to put up a missile turret, which is exactly what he's doing, if he can throw in a scan or 2, I really don't like. Socke's going to have almost nothing that deals damage.
Yeah, Tarson's playing so safe here, and like you said, Socke's going to have a hard time just doing anything. The detection is in place at the top of the ramp. The bunkers are there, so you're not going to really bust it with the gateway units.
Oh, but actually, what might be really cool right now? Sorry, my brain is working a little bit slow. He's probably going to use a hallucinated Phoenix to get vision on the high ground, and then warp in a couple of DTs. And that's exactly what is going to happen. Sorry, my brain isn't functioning as fast as it should have anymore.
That is so sneaky. Does that pylon reach?
Yeah. 2 at a time. Oh, Tarson, will you see it? Perhaps with the factory?
Oh, no way. No way. Are the spider senses really that good for Tarson? Factories right over the pylon. And look, there's the Phoenix right in time. So, oh my gosh, there's actually no mobile detection out for Tarson. He's not got enough energy for a scan.
Straight away, that missile turret, though, the main base.
Wow!
But there's 2 missile turrets at once. He's going to need to protect it a little longer. Excellent play by both players. Oh, he's attacking the missile turret. Actually, I guess that's on purpose. He's doing a lot of damage. Good job right there. But here comes the first scan. 1 DT does get taken out. We have 2 more DTs around, though. Stim being used on this one. How far does the vision reach?
He doesn't quite see the mineral line. He's going to need another scan. This DT can do a lot of damage. No, the Marauder tags it, and it goes and engages that Marauder. That's a little bit of a blunder. Missed micro there on Socke's behalf. So investing very, very heavily in tech and not getting enough of a return, in my opinion.
Yeah, little lucky right there with the factory by Tarson. I mean, that has to be some luck involved. But nevertheless, I do think he handled the situation like a true champ. Instantly throwing down 3, 4, 5 missile turrets, not wasting any time. Straight away, he realized what was going on, even way before the DPs were even getting wiped in. And yeah, that's just excellent play by Tarson.
Yeah, I do agree, though. Tarson's only on 35 SCVs to 53 probes. I'm really surprised that he's that far behind. It looks like he's been cutting SCVs a little bit, which is uncharacteristic of his play.
Yeah, but this drop is going to do a lot of damage. Really, I mean, if we take a look at Socke's army, okay, he has 2 DTs over here, a couple of zealots, a couple of sentries, which are all out of position, way out of position. I think Tarson is going to kill 5, 6, 7 probes over here, and if not, he will be able to perhaps even do more damage, because if he's actually going to stim 8 Marines, I don't know what he's waiting for. Well, obviously he doesn't have the knowledge that we do.
Yeah, I guess he's probably trying to set up some other sort of... Oh, he's loading up another drop. So it's going to be a big double drop going to go in from the other side. And Tarson, he's going to use this drop to pull the army out of position. And here come the Marines. They are going to stim, I would imagine. Oh my gosh, Socke not responding at all. He's losing so many probes.
What?
That was crazy. A solid 10 workers going to go down, and now this forge is going to be killed before the upgrade can finish. This is doing way more damage than it should.
Well, it is doing way more damage than it should. He does take down the fort, but it was also kind of predictable. Violent falls as well. Now the charge of the NDTs are coming. Tarson should pick this up, and that's exactly what he does. Meanwhile, 2 more medevacs coming in from the north position of the map. Socke did not use all of his units though, so that's
very
excellent.
smart. Yeah,
excellent play.
He's got stuff in place to deal with it. He seems to just know this is coming.
Once again, these Marines getting uploaded, but that was pretty much a suicide mission, man. That was behind enemy lines, 1 line too far, I'd say. Guardian shield being activated. Nice force field. Socke handling this like a true
force
champ.
field. Socke just knocking that down, no problem. So Tarson trying to do a little bit of damage, dropping on that low ground, doing a lot of kills, getting a lot of sentry kills here. Oh no! All the sentries fall. Only a single sentry remains. That's a big mistake. Even losing a couple of probes there.
Socke using hold position right there on the wrong moment, like we saw Naniwa earlier today, having hold position on the sentries, kind of on the wrong moment, showing that hold position is not always working in your own advantage. Good job right there by Tarson, though, really turning ties. Let's take a look at the income tab right now. 50 probes against 46 SCVs. I mean, that's excellent for Terran.
Yeah, it's really, really close, man. Too close to call. Tarson does have his 3rd command center completed. Socke showing no real inclination towards the 3rd base of his own, which could be really problematic. He's got to get a 3rd up. Look at this, just Tarson continuing to drop as he goes and takes that 3rd. Tarson's actually looking incredibly strong here, Rotterdam.
I know. I mean, whenever Terran is head in supply against Protoss and there is no Storm or Colossi, it's always good. A couple of the probes are following each other, but not that many, so hopefully Socke will realize this in the long run. I love how he didn't only use hallucination on the first moment. Meanwhile, first drop does get a right. Oh, what is Socke doing? Okay, he wants to snipe the medevac, but actually here with these units right now doing a decent job just running by. Okay, well, they're going to be taken out after all, so good job right there by Socke.
Yeah, I think interesting choice to blink down and leave your units kind of hanging out there like that, but he does clean up that drop. Templar Archives did just finish for Socke. No Storm going down yet. Probably going to just make some Archons. That's what I would do if I were him. He's starting to kind of move towards that Zealot Archon mix, which has become so strong in today's metagame.
That's true.
Meanwhile, the 3rd base of Tarson has landed. He's got a turret going up there, and I hear a little bit of a fight happening somewhere. That's, I guess, just in the middle of the map.
Yeah, it was just one Marauder guarding the Selnag watch.
So, so right now it's just basically both players posturing. I think Socke really needs to do something though, as a 2-base Protoss against 3-base Terran. It's not gonna work.
Socke did overtake Tarson once again. Supply lead, excellent drop there once again, forcing all of these probes to take away. Instantly loading up any feedbacks, and we do have high Templars on the field somewhere. Let's take a look at the unit counter there. No, yeah, we do have 2 high Templars, but where are they?
I have no idea. You know Socke, he likes to put high Templars all over the place.
That is true.
I have no clue where they are.
All right, I'm gonna give up.
And I think Socke actually wants to do a little bit of a push here. Does he realize that? Yeah, he does know that Tarson has that 3rd base.
Yep. Scouted with a hallucinated Phoenix, which I think is excellent. He's using hallucination not only for that one tactic, but actually throughout the entire game. Once again, a very, very Marine-heavy composite army. I'm not sure if that's really going to cut it, even though we don't have that many stores. We have so many Zealots, though. These bunkers are going to be worth the money. EMP, perhaps? Oh, not yet.
I don't know, but these do have +2 armor upgrades. The Zealots, I just go, oh, nice. EMP is going to go down there. Pretty good force fields as well, though. I don't know if those bunkers are going to be able to be repaired. I can't really tell what's happening underneath all those medevacs. I feel like a lot of stuff is dying, but it's so hard to tell who's coming out ahead here. The Protoss units are just kind of sticking around forever, but I feel like Tarson looks like he's going to hold.
Yeah. Excellent job right there by Tarson once again. I did hide the help bars in the middle of the fight because I think it was getting a little bit too chaotic. But yeah, it was just too many Zealots running up a ramp. I'm not sure. I mean, that's a very questionable decision. It looked very powerful. That Protoss army looked very fearsome. But yeah, I guess a lot of people would already predict the outcome of that fight. Protoss just doesn't have the additional DPS. I mean, the force fields, even though they look good, you cut off a couple of units. That also means that the rest of the units, they're invincible. You can't even touch them. Your Zealots are just going to be silly and walk in circles. Yeah, not the best engagement right there by Socke.
And those big heavy-hitting Archons also getting basically zoned out of the fight. Now Tarson with a 40 supply lead. He's going to push down into this 3rd base of Socke. I don't know that there's anything Protoss can do to save this base. The next is almost certainly going to fall. Is Storm completed is the real question. No, it is not. Nice feedbacks going down on the medevacs. Good Myco here from Tarson, just kind of shredding these Zealots. Archons are getting into the mix.
Oh, they can do so much damage with the splash, and you can see it, but is it going to be enough? No, the Archons melt away. Tarson is moving forward to this 3rd Nexus right now, and he might actually take the game.
Oh man, this is looking so good. A DT getting into the mix now. These DTs are excellent equalizers. I don't know if there's any energy for a scan. Wow, this DT's got so many kills on it. And it's doing a lot of damage, but Tarson just killing everything else, knocking out the pylons, so no more reinforcements. The Nexus is almost certainly going to go down here. All the probes are going to be left to die off in a corner somewhere. And Actually, Tarson not focusing the Nexus. Tarson, you need to kill that Nexus. Why would you do that?
Reinforcements are coming in though, a couple of Marines, and it goes. Perhaps that's their mission. He's going to land a couple of units on the high ground. Excellent job. Something we saw Strelok do all over again against 91. That's
wow, look at the supplies. Tarson 152 supply against 66. Now the reinforcements, they're just sitting at the Zelnaga tower, in fact. But Marines and Marauders just running rampant through the main base of Socke, and I feel like Tarson is about to take this game.
Socke has 62 supply, of which 50 is pros. That means he basically literally has nothing. So many new units arriving from Tarson. Takes down this Nexus. Round of applause from the audience once again.
GG!